trying, hands are shaking, faith is thin. Every promise that I'm holding feels like paper in the wind. Are you listening in this silence? Can you hear me through the noise? I'm standing at the edge, and all I've got is this one fight. God, I'm screaming. Can you hear me? I'm breaking as I call your name. I am drowning in these questions. I can't carry all this pain. If you're there, then come and find me. I'm so weak to stand alone. God, I'm screaming. Can you hear me? Help me hold on. I've been praying in the dark now. Words get tangled on my tongue. I confess I feel abandoned, like the battle's never done. Are you with me in the shadows? Do you see the way I fall? I'm hanging by a whisper, so I'm giving you it all. God, I'm screaming. Can you hear me? I'm breaking as I call your name. I am drowning in these questions. I can't carry all this pain. If you're near, then come and find me. I'm so weak to stand alone. God, I'm screaming. Can you hear me? Help me hold on. It's a mystery. Will you hear it? When I'm barely after words left to say, I am breaking.
What's poppin', chat? What is this stuff? Oof. Yeah. Mercy.
Resurgence. Stay alive.
Alright. Let's get up to it, chat.
Enemy soldier incoming.
Loading fresh mag. Enemy trophy system spotted. 100 vitals in the red.
What the?
Eyes on hot.
Okay.
Redeployed and ready for business.
Resurging. Go get your revenge. Smoke screen bombardment available. Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the skies. Be advised, there's an enemy squad gunning for you.
Need castle on my grid.
Bombardment incoming. Maintain overwatch.
Watch out.
Enemy dropping into the AO. Gas is closing in.
Boom. New personal record. Switching mags.
25 remaining.
How'd I miss that?
Setting C4 charge. C4 activated.
Dude, I couldn't run up the stairs.
Contract failed. Objective lost.
Back on the
You're
field.
getting another chance. Weapons free.
Reloading.
You've got a loadout drop inbound.
Break time's over.
the area. Watch the skies.
Dude, are you level 16? Alright, makes sense, dude.
Redeployed and ready for
To
business.
redeploy it.
So big, dude. So stupid, dude. Oh, chat, this game makes me lose it. I swear.
Survive the countdown to redeployment. Secure kills to speed up the timer.
Too close.
loadout drops on the way.
They got me!
Dude, hop.
Switching mags!
Are you freaking joking?
Losing ground.
He was one shot, dude.
Back on the
We're
field!
returning you to the front. Earn this.
They got me!
Hop off the diesel.
Loadout drop headed your way. Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the skies. New intel just in. A classified weapon will be airdropped into your AO shortly. Classified weapon is now in the field. Acquire it to gain the status.
I'm under fire!
An enemy has retrieved a
Fire hostile
classified
needle.
weapon. Hunt them down and take it to yourself. Only 25 remain.
Dude, this game's so annoying to make, dude.
Redeployed
Time
and
for
ready for
vengeance.
business.
You're redeploying. You've got gas moving in. Enemy dropping into the AO.
Dude. Hey, knows just where I'm at.
Back on the field!
Back on station. Go get after it.
But, dude, it's not even fun anymore, dude.
Survive the timer to secure redeployment. Speed up the countdown.
This game is annoying. Oh, you... Get off my diesel, eh?
Incoming! Reloading!
Enemy airstrike in the area.
Break time's over.
Enemy soldier
Dude,
incoming.
hit the other stupid thing. I don't add people on Discord.
Redeployed and
Stand
ready
by
for
for
business.
redeployment. Enemy dropping into the AO. Enemy precision airstrike. Find cover. We've got a loadout.
Watch out!
Wait, what? Oh, I hit the box.
Back on the field.
Returning you to the front. Earn this.
Camping right up. What was? Shit.
Resurgence. Stay alive till time expires to secure redeployment. More points you earn, the faster that clock ticks.
Too close.
Where's all the money at?
Loadout drop headed your way. You're losing ground. Move it.
They got me!
Come.
Friendly loadout drops on the way. Enemy soldier incoming. Remain. Solid work, though.
But how is that only a crack?
Loading fresh mag. Watch out. Vitals in the red.
Dude, you gotta be freaking joking, right?
You're
Redeployed and
getting
ready for
another
business.
chance. Weapons free.
napalm strike ready for delivery.
Heads up. An enemy squad marked you as a bounty target.
What is with the hit mark?
Resurgence. Survive the countdown to earn redeployment. Secure kills to speed up the timer.
Okay.
Detonating C4.
Alright, I'm done for the night. We're going to reactions chat. Give me a second. But I mean, we can open my screen.
Ever wished your blurry, pixelated videos could look sharp and smooth? VicP
How you doing? I'm Callan, and this is Slapped Ham. You're about to see some scary cryptids and creepy creatures caught on
Some even claim sounds kind of clear.
Shut up right now.
People have been sending me this one, and to me it just seems like a person in a
Back chat.
costume, but a lot of people want me to do a segment on it, so here you go. Even though the photo is super clear and super close up, it's unknown who took it and where exactly they took it.
That's definitely fake.
But it looks like this one was captured indoors or something, which wouldn't make sense why a creature that wants to remain hidden would be indoors. And it appears to be holding a baby Sasquatch in its hands. Is this its child? And is it injured or deceased? Even though the creature does look rather realistic, it is highly speculated this is just someone in a costume. As I previously stated. But just for fun, let's go ahead and analyze it. It seems super tall and has a muscular build. And we can see all of its facial features. From its eyes, nose, and human-like mouth and teeth. It really does look like a human mixed with a primate. And we can see its hair thins out around its chest area and facial area, another typical trait found in Sasquatches. And the baby looks pretty similar to just a smaller and younger version of the one holding it. Even though this one is controversial, it's still a pretty good conversation piece.
Hello.
Do you want to play with me?
Sure. You want me to help you with your groceries?
The following capture comes from Reddit. The uploader, not the 100, uploaded this just the other day. However, the actual encounter happened all the way back in 2018. Why he's just now deciding to share it is unknown. But anyways, he states, back in 2018, I had an encounter with a Bigfoot or Yeti. I was going to college at Grand Valley State University in Michigan. The college was surrounded by dense forest that went on for miles. He states that he and his friends would hang out and hike in those woods every single day. But this day would be different. This February day, they were hiking down these deep valleys when he, quote, stopped dead in his tracks when he was looking at the ground. He noticed huge human-like footprints embedded in the icy terrain. He states that you could tell it was something with a bipedal gait because there were no paw prints, just footprints. This would indicate against a bear or pretty much anything else that lives in Michigan, actually. The only thing it could really be is a human print. But how is it this big, and why would someone be out walking barefoot in the snowy winter weather miles back into the forest? And whatever it was, it must have been super heavy to apply enough pressure to sink a footprint in that deep and defined in the ice. The Reddit user claims they had hiked many, many miles back into the forest this day. And they were so far away from campus that they were literally in another county. He states, "We followed the footprints as far as we could, but eventually we lost them. This frightened my friends and me, especially since we had previously felt like something was watching us in those woods. One of my friends even spotted something swinging from treetop to treetop, and obviously no monkeys live in Michigan." After the encounter, puzzled and frightened, they searched things online, and they actually found numerous reports of Bigfoot sightings in the county they were in. Definitely a very strange encounter. Did these unsuspecting college kids really find Bigfoot evidence this day? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below.
Maybe.
On November 24th, 2024, one of the scariest photos of Bigfoot ever would emerge. It was uploaded with the caption, "Bigfoot looking through cabin window. Here is the photo." Now, not much information was given with this one. The location was unlisted, and the man who took the photo hasn't really said much. But one thing's for sure, it's downright terrifying. Just imagine being all alone in a remote cabin in the woods, and this thing is just staring at you through the window. I'd probably sell my cabin and leave the area for good. But just look at this photo. Its right eye is aglow, but its left eye is not. It has a strong, large, primate-like face. It has a big, wide nose, a prominent brow ridge, and a straight mouth. Now, sometimes people say that Bigfoot can look majestic and intriguing. But this one here is the complete opposite. I just wish there was more information on this one and maybe even a video associated. Nonetheless, it's one of the scariest ones of the whole video. In this segment, we take a look at a shocking piece of footage taken on a trail camera in British Columbia. The stealthy camera was mounted in a small campsite. While they were gone, it didn't record any visual evidence, but it recorded some of the strangest audio evidence of all time. Take a listen. The distant sounds of screeching echo through the forest. Screeches that sound off.
I'll be right back, Jay. We're back, Chad.
Almost otherworldly at times. The sounds fluctuate, from long high-pitched bellows to quick growls. The sounds don't seem to come from any animal we know of. Could this be some of the best Bigfoot vocalizations ever caught on camera? Many viewers and researchers believe so. Not only this, but British Columbia has a rich history of Sasquatch sightings and legends. Huge, hairy humanoid beings were described in the ancient legends of indigenous people of British Columbia. These legends stemmed from very, very long ago, way before Bigfoot was ever talked about. So these could have been the first ever Bigfoot sightings. These creatures were referred to as the Bookwoos, which was the male version. And the Kwakwakawaku Indisinoqua was the female creature. These creatures showed up in carvings, folklore, and native dances, hinting at their existence from long ago. The craziest part is, British Columbia and the whole region of Canada, in fact, still remain one of the areas with the most Bigfoot sightings. So were the natives right? Have these creatures been around for many, many decades and have seemingly gone unnoticed?
Whoa.
What's that?
I just built a budgeting app in Base 44.
Guys, Nina just built an app.
Impossible.
This clear Bigfoot video allegedly comes from a while back. The exact time frame is unknown, but it was highlighted in
Oh, what's going on?
in 2024. It's believed the footage comes from a trail camera deep in a forest somewhere in the
Fucking
US.
weird.
Here it is.
I don't know about that.
The video is insanely clear and close up.
Seems like it's
We can
from an
see
old
every detail on the
movie.
supposed creature's body. It has Neanderthal-like facial features, like a mix between a primate and a human. It also has very long hair with a receding hairline. But the most impressive thing about this Sasquatch in particular is its muscle definition. It's absolutely shredded. It has a defined set of abs, broad, strong shoulders, and insanely muscular arms. Now, skeptics are arguing that this video is AI or CGI because it's so clear and so close up. They think it's too good to be true. However, Bigfoot is often described as having an extremely muscular and powerful physique, just like the one in this video. Witnesses often describe broad shoulders up to 4 feet wide with a heavily muscled chest, back, and arms. Their trapezius and deltoid muscles are especially pronounced, giving them a hunched or no neck appearance. Bigfoot's arms are longer in proportion to its body than a human's, sometimes reaching past the knees. Eyewitnesses report seeing thick, well-defined biceps, triceps, and forearms, resembling those of a gorilla but even more exaggerated. Some alleged sightings, including the Patterson-Gimlin film, suggest that muscle movement is visible beneath the fur. Especially when Bigfoot is in motion, hinting at a low body fat percentage relative to its size. So all of this being said, do you guys think the footage is legit? Or is it the result of AI getting better and better? Let me know what you think. These are some of the most convincing captures of Bigfoot yet. A man named Michael Snow posted these trail cam images to a Facebook group. He states that he set up multiple trail cameras near Bluff Creek, California, a very infamous spot for Bigfoots and Sasquatches. However, not long after placing the cameras, he realized that they kept going missing. He would go out and look in the places where he mounted them and they would mysteriously vanish. That is until one day in 2023 when he recovered one of the lost cameras. He took out the SD card, plugged it into his computer, and he couldn't believe what he was looking at. The first capture shows an extremely up-close photo. It looks to be a primate-like creature, but the eye looks especially human. Its skin is rough and dark, with shaggy, thick hair above its eyes. This next photo here is strange. It's hard to see what's going on. but it looks to be a body part of this creature, maybe an arm or a leg. And it's extremely close up as well. Then in the third and final photo, we can barely see a monkey-like creature peeking up from the left bottom corner. We can see its hair and a small portion of its face. Now, skeptics said that this is just a monkey, and it's really not that bad of a theory considering California does have monkeys that live there. Except for the fact that they're all rather small monkeys. Rhesus macaques, capuchins, howlers, and spider monkeys. The biggest ones are the howlers, but they don't look like this. They have fur covering their faces, but the creature in the photo's face resembles more of a gorilla. So it literally can't be a monkey of any kind unless, of course, a gorilla somehow escaped from one of the zoos in California and then ended up deep in the woods of Bluff Creek, which seems highly unlikely. And there's something about it that sets it apart from gorillas even though we only get a slight look at it. And Bluff Creek is home to the first and most famous Bigfoot encounter, the Patterson-Gimlin film, which I'm sure most of you have already seen or at least heard about it. Compelling evidence for sure. The following video was uploaded on January 11th, 2022 by a man named Steve, from thefactsbyhowtohunt.com. This video was relayed to him via email. Some campers are just sitting around at a fire at night. They found a nice camping spot rather deep into a forest, a remote spot where they can lay back and enjoy themselves and just relax. But then they began hearing strange, unknown sounds coming from deep in the forest. Shocked and confused, they decided to document what they were hearing by recording them. Here's their footage.
I hear it. Get Trevor. Austin, get the light.
Hey!
That was not an elk. Where's that coming from?
Are you having trouble trying to keep up with your professor? You've got to try Otter. Here's how it works. Let's say I'm in class.
It began with the sounds of something hitting a tree. These sounds can't possibly be made with an ordinary stick. The knocks sound super deep and powerful, often the knocks Bigfoot is described to make. After the knocks, they heard deep, guttural growls and howls. It sounds like whatever it was is partially human or something. But the voice is too deep. The human larynx is not developed enough to howl this loudly and to make these kinds of sounds. As more and more people watched, viewers began to point out that the vocalizations strongly resemble the vocalizations recorded in the Sierras back in 1970 by Ron Moorhead. This one certainly seems real, from the reactions of the campers to the sounds themselves. This seriously could be some of the best audio evidence of Bigfoot ever. This clear Bigfoot video is older, but was just highlighted on July 4th, 2024. The caption reads, "Rare old footage of injured female or juvenile Bigfoot caught on camera. Here's the video."
Definitely injured.
A smaller and skinnier Sasquatch-like creature is making its way across the field. It's very dark in color, with a typical dome-shaped head often described on Bigfoots. The way it walks is strange though. It hops and limps along, with one arm tucked to the side and the other one out to the side. Now people are torn between this one, like a lot of Bigfoot videos. Believers point out that the strides and overall movements of the creature point towards it being an unknown presence. because humans obviously don't walk and move like that. Though skeptics say this is just a person in a costume trying to walk and move around strangely, to throw people off and to create a well-done hoax. Another thing they point out is that the alleged creature is too small and skinny to be a Sasquatch. However, juveniles and females are said to be smaller like this. According to eyewitness reports, male Bigfoots are generally larger and more muscular, with estimates placing them at 8 to 10 feet tall and weighing between 600 to 1,000 plus pounds. They tend to have broader shoulders, thicker necks, and a more imposing stance. Female Bigfoots, however, are typically shorter and leaner, often described as being 6 to 8 feet tall and weighing around 400 to 700 pounds. They may appear slightly slimmer, but still extremely strong. So this could just be a small female or a juvenile in the video. But which side are you backing here, skeptics or believers? Let me know. Have you ever heard of the Yowie? The Yowie is a legendary cryptid creature said to inhabit the forests of Australia, often compared to the Bigfoot or the Yeti. It's a prominent figure in abnormal folklore, with stories of large, hairy, man-like creatures dating back thousands of years. Reports of Yowie sightings continue into modern times, making it one of the most well-known cryptids of the southern hemisphere. And on July 18th, 2024, some more proof of this cryptid emerged. Though the video was originally taken on January 14th, as the uploader states in the video. A man named Glenn Rehberger was out in a forest located in southeast Queensland when he stumbled upon an absolutely huge footprint. The print looked human, with all of the same characteristics of a person's foot. However, it was way too large. So he brought out his supplies and made a cast of the footprint.
Saturday 14th of January, and I've just casted this footprint, absolutely huge, this one. Alright, there's a footprint there.
He clears out the dirt and mud and lifts up the print, and it's amazing. It's as long as his forearms. Take a look as he describes the foot in further detail.
Really deep hill, that's probably nearly 2.5 inches arch there. Another big pad which is probably 2 inches, and we've got toes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There may be another one here.
The print is estimated at 2 feet long, and the imprint goes in about 2.5 inches, showing us this creature is extremely heavy. There are very many recorded and heavily documented Yowie encounters coming from Australia. Hotspots include the Blue Mountains in New South Wales, the Gold Coast hinterland in Queensland, and the Grampians in Victoria. Some accounts include in the 1870s and 1880s. European settlers recorded encounters with large ape-like creatures in the wilderness. In the 1970s, a resurgence of sightings led to media coverage, with reports of 8 to 10 foot tall Yowies spotted by campers and drivers. In the 1990s and 2000s, hikers and farmers continued reporting strange footprints, eerie howls, and shadowy figures in the deep forests. And this here is why many believe the Yowie exists. There's so much evidence that's hard to refute. Here is a mysterious Bigfoot capture. We don't know who took it or when it was taken, but it's believed to come from Georgia. We also know it comes from a trail camera. The creature is walking through a clearing in the field, about to return to the thick brush, but the trail camera snapped a photo just in time, capturing it perfectly. It's ape-like, but it stands too upright. Apes and other monkeys are hunched, unlike this one. Also, the face looks kind of weird. It seems to have slightly human characteristics.
That is
a large bulging
weird.
nose, protruding lips, and a human-like bone structure. And it's very large with defined fur and musculature, indicating this is not a person in a costume. Also, Georgia has a long history of Bigfoot sightings. One of the most credible being the Elkins Creek cast in 1997. It's one of the most well-known pieces of Bigfoot evidence in Georgia, and it comes from Pike County. The footprint was discovered and cast by researcher John E. Green. The 17-inch footprint was analyzed by Bigfoot researcher Dr. Jeff Meldrum, who found dermal ridges, which are fingerprint-like patterns similar to primates. Some consider this cast one of the most credible pieces of Bigfoot evidence ever found.
Oh.
It seems the most Bigfoot sightings, though, come from the Cohutta Wilderness, located in North Georgia. Hikers and campers have reported hearing strange vocalizations, wood knocks, and even glimpsing large, shadowy figures moving through the dense forests. Some witnesses describe a foul, musky odor, often associated with Bigfoot encounters. All of this being considered, could this prove the existence of Bigfoot, especially in the region of Georgia? Taking a look at some more photographic evidence of the infamous Bigfoot. Highlighted on October 2nd, 2024, the picture once again comes from Rocky Mountain, Sasquatch. The sender of the photo, named Ron, states, quote, "A friend sent this to me from the Hoh River in the peninsula of Washington."
Huh.
I've had several encounters myself, including a sighting crossing the road in Ashford, Washington, end quote. The photo was originally taken over a year prior to its release. He states that the friend who sent it to him was fishing and this creature was over across the other side of the river. He claims that he has also seen this exact one before, and that he's heard it howling and communicating with other creatures of its kind. When it communicated, it spoke in gibberish with a deep guttural voice that couldn't be mimicked by humans. Analyzing the capture, it seems to be a bipedal hairy creature with long dark hair on its head. Even though it seems slightly out of focus, we can see its face is void of any hair and it's lighter colored. A similar pattern picked up in other Bigfoot videos and photos. Its hunched over posture as it walks also suggests a primate-like gait. Another convincing Bigfoot photo for sure. Here is a different kind of Bigfoot evidence. A Bigfoot researcher interviews a witness as she recalls a Bigfoot encounter she just had. In this encounter, she spots 3 large Bigfoot-like creatures and recalls them in great detail. Here is her story.
One of my sister's dogs and my other dog, they just stopped in front of me and they made me stop the Polaris. They sat there, they looked and they started whimpering and they just ran off. I was looking for Zord, I couldn't find him, and then looked further up and there he was, like 8 feet in front of me with these 3 huge hairy things.
So, she and her dogs were out riding the Polaris in the woods when they ran into these otherworldly, infamous creatures. Despite their intimidating look, they took kindly to the dog and they were friendly to it, even petting it on its head.
You could see its wide, flat teeth, and it was whistling through its teeth to Zor.
And Zor came up to him?
Yeah.
And when Zor reached his legs, what did Zor do?
Zor just started rubbing against his leg. Yeah, then he went down like this, started scratching his ear.
And then he just flopped?
Yeah, he just flopped down and just kept like enjoying it.
The girl recalls the tallest one was 12 feet with dark hair. And the smallest one was a reddish color and was 8 foot. Listen as she recalls what the creature's faces looked like.
The biggest one's eyes were like as big as my fist right here. I'd say like, it looks like a gorilla, but it has some human features to it. Part of their nose is like kind of like it's squished up like a gorilla, but it has some type of structure to it. The comment section of this video was overwhelmingly positive.
with many people believing her and stating their own similar encounters. People are saying that she is describing Bigfoot perfectly, and that's why they believe her. The girl also claims that someone or something has been leaving bones in her backyard for her dogs to play with.
Okay.
She believes the mysterious creatures she encountered could be responsible. Definitely a cool video and a good topic of conversation. Alright, I think it's going to be it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did enjoy, go ahead and smash the like buttons, mom. Let's aim for 5,000 likes for another one of these Bigfoot videos. And if you want to get to know me more, you want to see more of my spooky content, you can go ahead and follow me.
We're missionaries for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. We invite you to come to church with us this Sunday.
Looks like there's
Chad, I think that's gonna be it for the night. I hope you have a blessed night. God bless y'all.